Today we're here at the Shrivenham Defence Academy Technology School for the final of the Connected Nation Pioneers competition. We're aiming to recognise the most pioneering researchers, by which we mean the most excellent research and the most exploitable research. And the top 16 have been invited through today to the final.
For this competition we had 4 categories which were to set different kinds of challenges for the students. And they've been having an opportunity to give a 2-minute pitch to these judges. So these are judges from our sponsor organisations, and then they've been asked some quite difficult, quite challenging follow-up questions. And what we wanted to do with this competition was actually go, look at how wonderful some of these students are in the UK, look at what transformative research they're doing, look how much industry wants to work with them and wants to adopt their ideas, and to use that as a showcase for the Connected Nation.
So at the moment we have to amputate a leg, foot or entire lower limb due to complications with diabetic foot ulcers, which obviously has huge implications for the person that has to undergo this operation, but it's also very expensive for the health service to perform this. So what if there was a device that could monitor the condition of these people's feet constantly and alert them when they needed to rest their feet, so we could reduce the number of people that had to have these life-changing amputations? So I'm proposing to take these wearables that we traditionally place at the wrist and place them at the foot, where up to 5 times the amount of energy can be harvested than from the typical wrist location. So with personalisation we can ensure that we can make digital technology work for everyone and try and reduce the number of people that have to undergo these life-changing amputations every day. It was good, I think. I got a lot of difficult questions. Yeah, there was a lot to say in the 2-minute time slot, which was very difficult to fit everything in.
We of course have some of the best PhD students in this area right in this hall at the moment. The variety of problems, research topics that people have is quite extraordinary. From urban planning through to new forms of tactile interface, through to good old ICT problems like data centres.
The cloud is located within vast hyperscale data centres like this one, each containing hundreds of thousands of servers. The rate at which data is being transmitted is doubling every single year. Every computer in a data centre has its own clock, and whenever we send data from one computer to another, it takes time to extract that clock. So in my research, I say why not distribute a clock to all servers connected to an optical switch. By doing so, the time taken to recover the clock can be eliminated. This will absolutely revolutionise our data centres, making them bigger, faster, consume less power.
Well, Huawei is a big tech company, and my job in Huawei is to look after the R&D we do outside of our own organisation with partners. This competition is important. It covers the whole of the UK, and therefore its touch, its reach into the universities where the best research in the UK is happening is fantastic.
The idea is to create a system, a software system, that can automatically detect predatory behavior in online social media. So more specifically, in the Daphne project, I designed a user profiling system which is able to automatically identify false user profiles in online social media based on textual clues, textual features in their online communications. Obviously, the vast amount of communications online and the vast amount of files that are being shared on online peer-to-peer networks, they're just virtually impossible to handle manually. So if you have a system that can automatically triage the communications and the file names being shared, the files being shared on peer-to-peer networks, then obviously this is a huge advancement for law enforcement in terms of detecting victims at acute risk, but also at finding evidence in a timely manner.
Clearly this research is very early stage, but we do see a really good atmosphere in the UK about promoting that industrial impact. We really rely on accessing the great ideas that come out of universities to feed our future products and services.
I'm using machine learning to understand what beauty means in the context of cities. So that allows urban planners to take decisions which are augmented by AI's understanding of urban beauty. So for example, if I ask you these 2 images, between these 2 images, which one is the more beautiful, more often than not, you guys are going to select the right one. So what we do is we have this pairwise comparison, and then we convert that pairwise comparison into some sort of a ranking that ranks the images from the most beautiful to the least beautiful. And then using deep learning, you could actually now abstract out the information about what is beautiful and what is not beautiful in urban sense. Now, if you show a council like Hackney and show them an area with lots of graffiti, lots of trash on the ground, and give them the exact kind of steps that they could take to improve the visual conditions of that place, they would be really impressed by this.
Obviously, there's a good pool of people with really relevant talents and skills. And yes, I did make contact with some of the students already.
Some of these technologies are highly speculative and they're very fundamental and they're still thinking about them. Some of them are already working with partners, they're already thinking about patents. Some of them are thinking about, how do we make money from our research, and some of them are thinking about actually how do we make sure that people in society are all included. From AI and data science to electronics and hardware to technology for healthcare and engaging people from all levels of society. It's really clear to me that some of them are going to be high flyers in really very innovative ways.